Justice for sale. How Nigeria's courts became the last place Nigerians trust. They say the court is the last hope of the common man, but in today's Nigeria, that last hope is beginning to feel like the first place hope goes to die. Because how do you explain a justice system where judgments look like political gifts, politicians adopt judges with cars and mansions, similar crimes get different punishments depending on tribe or status, and the poor rot in prison while the powerful roam free? Welcome to today's Naija Mirror Deep Dive, where we ask one uncomfortable question. Has Nigeria's justice system quietly transformed from a temple of justice to a marketplace where influence is the real currency? Across Nigeria, one phrase keeps rising like smoke: court dons spoil. Not out of bitterness, but out of lived experience. Nigerians are watching patterns, influential cases ending in strange decisions, contradictory rulings delivered days apart, and political actors celebrating court judgments more than election results. To many Nigerians, justice no longer looks blind. She looks like she now checks who is standing in front of her. Let's talk patterns, not individuals. 1. Election rulings that shock citizens. Nigerians now say, Election day happened for polling unit, but the real results stay Supreme Court. When identical pre-election matters get opposite rulings, confusion becomes the norm. 2. Midnight injunctions. How do courts that close at 4 p.m. suddenly open at midnight when politicians need relief? This secrecy fuels distrust. 3. Conflicting orders within days. One court says stop, another says continue, a third says ignore both. To citizens, it feels like legal decisions depend on whose lawyer has better connections. 4. Selective speed. Political cases travel at lightning speed, but ordinary Nigerians wait years for basic justice. Let's enter another dimension of Wahala. In Nigeria, some politicians have mastered a silent strategy. Adopt a judge. It works like this: building houses for them, gifting luxury SUVs, sponsoring vacations, quietly providing welfare packages. These gifts are often disguised as friendship, celebration, or donations. But Nigerians know what it really means. How can a judge remain neutral when the person standing trial is the same person who built their house? Even if no wrongdoing happens, the perception alone is dangerous. Judicial independence becomes compromised, not by force but by comfort. A judge who is treated like royalty by political elites may unconsciously tilt decisions. This is why many citizens now believe the justice system sometimes favors those with friends in high places, those who take care of judicial officers, and those who can afford influence. Justice is supposed to be blind. But in Nigeria, some citizens believe she sometimes wears cultural lenses. Nigerians have observed similar crimes receiving different punishments depending on region, tribe, public sentiment, media influence. For example, a young man in one region may receive a harsh sentence for a minor offense, while someone in another region gets a lighter judgment for the same crime. This inconsistency fuels the belief that justice depends on identity, not law. And once people start believing tribal bias exists in judgment, trust collapses even further. In 2016, during President Buhari's administration, something unprecedented happened. Security agencies carried out raids on the homes of senior judges. The goal? To investigate alleged corruption and unexplained wealth. Whether one agrees with the method or not, the message was clear. Even the judiciary was no longer trusted at the highest levels of government. For many Nigerians, this was confirmation of what they had suspected for years, that corruption had seeped into the courtrooms. And once a system is suspected from the top to the bottom, faith becomes difficult to rebuild. Let's touch a painful reality: petty offenders. Most Nigerians know at least one story of a petty thief jailed for years for stealing food, a teenager imprisoned for taking a phone, a poor man locked up for wandering or loitering, ordinary citizens awaiting trial for 7 to 10 years for small offenses. These people rot in overcrowded prisons. Some spend more time in jail awaiting trial than the maximum sentence for their alleged crime. Meanwhile, big-time looters, politicians accused of taking billions, appear in court, smiling, waving to supporters, surrounded by expensive lawyers, and sometimes walking home without consequences. Some negotiate plea bargains that let them pay a fraction of the stolen money and return to politics. Some cases drag endlessly until witnesses disappear, files go missing, or the public loses interest. Nigerians look at these two extremes and ask, is this justice or is this hierarchy? This distrust has consequences. People stop reporting crimes, victims give up, communities resort to self-help, contract enforcement becomes unpredictable, investors hesitate. When people no longer trust courts, society shifts from law and order to fear and survival. Despite all this, hope exists, but only if Nigeria embraces 1. Transparent judicial appointments. 2. Strict rules limiting gifts to judges. 3. Public access to judgments. 4. Speedy trial reforms. 5. Independent oversight free from political influence. Many judges still fight corruption, deliver brilliant rulings, and protect justice with integrity. Nigeria must protect them before they are overshadowed by the louder stories of corruption. My people, justice is the backbone of every nation. Without it, society collapses into chaos. If you believe Nigeria deserves a justice system that treats the poor and powerful equally, hit like, drop a comment, share this video, and subscribe to Naija Mirror, where we tell the truth no matter how uncomfortable it is. Together, maybe, just maybe, we can rebuild the last hope of the common man.